So the works which had been collected by the S.M.A.K and which are presented also partly here in the exhibition are works of the members of the conceptual generation of Hungary in the 70s. This was a very special situation that when they've been invited to the S.M.A.K, they prepared special pieces here, and this is the reason why all of these works are unexpected and a big surprise from a Hungarian art historical point of view. Zsigmond Káolyi, Miklós Erdély, Tibor Hajas, and András Halász, they all contributed with new pieces, which will be seen for the first time here in the S.M.A.K, and which will be first seen, in many cases, for the first time for Hungarian audiences. All of the artists were at that time very much inspired by different philosophical ideas, the idea of seeing, of semiotics, and the idea of what art is, and they imagined art on a very practical way, and on a way which was very much related to art, to life itself. Jan Hoot, who was the organizer of the exhibition, were also very much inspired by this. As he explained to me, he became interested in the fact that the artists have, that art is connected with cult, as he explained to me, with cultus, with religion, and through this idea with everyday life. And he found this idea in the Hungarian art circles, and he found this idea in the works of Miklós Erdély, and that was one of the important factors why this exhibition had been realized here in Gent. I think that the artists became also very enthusiastic about the new and relevant situation for them here, as they could use any kind of materials they wanted, and this created in some cases different scale works than we used to know of them in Hungary. In the case of Zsigmond Káolyi, for example, we have a very nice painting series in the collection. And also we have a very nice installation of different non-geometrical forms, which was cut out from a wooden plate, which in its scale were very much bigger than he used to produce in Hungary. And also it's very important to mention that on the opening event there was a performance of Tibor Hajas, and this performance was filmed by the colleague of the S.M.A.K on 60mm camera, and for this occasion of this exhibition we could show the digital version of this film, which will really be a surprise again for Hungarian audiences as well, as this was a very unique performance, one of the most important performances of the artist, where he was speaking, as in his other works as well, in the performance of his body, his isolation of the body, and also of different natural phenomena and materials like fire. And he was explaining to the audience in the beginning of the performance about his internationality, about that he is in Gent now and he's then traveling to London and then the way back. And the way of his speaking is also a very big surprise, because it's positioning himself as a global artist and less as a local artist.
And now you may leave the room. Go out.
Why that generation was important to Jan Hut? It's also a very interesting answer he gave, because he thought that that it was really one of his explorations, that the Hungarian artists, even if they spoke a very global language, they had very strong local references and local connotations, and that's how this exhibition material, this group of people, became very important to him. I really believe that the presentation of the older pieces gives a very interesting reference to the exhibitions of the contemporary artists. Going through these references, there is also two pieces what is very important to speak about. This is two photo pieces. One is done by Miklós Erdély, who was using one photograph of the opening ceremony of the Hungarian art exhibition here in Gent, and then he was reworking this photograph on his own way by using candle wax and other kind of materials to make an art piece of this photograph. And there is also another photograph of Zsigmond Káolyi, which is a conceptual piece where we can see three photographs of the collection, and there is one black line which is crossing these photographs. And this is an interesting reaction of the installation what he made here for the exhibition, when he was using, as he told, a textile stripe what he was stretching in the rooms of the exhibition, and this remained as a photo piece of that original installation. This photograph have also small text as the painting what can be seen here on my other side as well, which have references to the authors of the semiotics and the philosophers of that age. And also one sentence about the pieces of Miklós Erdély, because from the Hungarian point of view, this series of paper-based works are very interesting for us, because this gives a view of the turning point of the career of this artist, because before he was, what we know of him in Hungary was very much focusing of the typical conceptual works of the 70s, and in Hungary we know very well after the turning point he was more interested in painting and aesthetical questions, how he elaborated his career later in the 80s. But here what he left here in the S.M.A.K is really a very important series of this turning point, where we can see and feel the overlapping period of these two times of his artworks.